Well, the ride is coming to an end. This season has been a roller coaster. Unfortunately, it became some Final Destination shit and came completely off the tracks. Anyone paying attention saw it coming. Reveals were telegraphed a mile away. We all saw the vision, and now we must live through it. And it's a long one too, so let's get started. They waste no time because the Balrog strikes in the opening segment. Durin is trying to become the leader he was meant to be, develop the strength needed to be a king. He finally confronts his father, who is hard at work ramming the wall. The king breaks through the giant chamber and the Balrog reveals itself. We get the first of many callbacks as the Balrog's whip grabs the king's leg like Gandalf in Fellowship. Wow. So clever. The ring then loses all grasp on the user and he takes it off. They changed the lore around the rings for this reason. It's the same with the Force and the Acolyte. It's just a plot device to bail the writers out. Who cares about consistency when you can make it up as you go along, man? Hey, it's cool, bruh. He sacrifices himself as he charges the Balrog. Probably should have left the ring on. Luckily, this godlike being is a little rusty after his long nap. This would be a great end to an arc, but unfortunately, there's no setup for the king's sacrifice. He changes in the blink of an eye. Like we lost a portion of this plot line and they just skipped to the end. Well, that's a cop-out. I will give him this, though. The Balrog did look incredible. Oh well, let's go back to Eregion. It's chaos in the streets, man. Good lord. These women must be tired. They have been running around in circles in the streets for 2 days straight. They are straight up NPCs. They have means of escape, but it takes a main player showing up to get them there. What the hell? Why is Galadriel here? Celebrimbor gave her the 9 rings to get them as far away from Sauron as she can. Oh god. Oh shit, my boy's he's fucked up. Celebrimbor sacrificed himself to give Galadriel time to escape, and here is his reward. He remains defiant in the face of death, though. He talks shit to the end.
I am their master.
No. Prisoner.
Sauron,
Lord
of the Rings.
Oh my god, just stop it. They continue to try to humanize evil incarnate. They try to have it both ways. You spent the last 2 episodes showing Sauron as the evil bastard he is, and now you have him crying because he got his fifis hurt. It's always 1 step forward and 2 steps back with this show, and in the end, Celebrimbor's death means nothing. God, man, I really hate when they have characters predict something that will happen later on.
The rings of power shall destroy you.
Great, you've seen the movies too, congrats. This is the cheapest way to have your characters bestow wisdom. This right here is why fans find this show insulting. Corporate hacks saunter on into Tolkien's world with all the pomposity of a politician. Oh, we need to update it, fix it, mold it, so you can live by the righteous standards of today. And like a politician, they claim one thing, but oh shit, no. They have no problem cannibalizing any and all references, lines, imagery. Let me clear my throat. I need to say this. J.D. Payne, Patrick McKay, you are not good at this. Galadriel meets with the newly healed Adar. Why the hell is this dude sitting in the woods, having a damn picnic? What happened to getting Sauron? He had the ring, he had the crown, he had everything he fought for. Sauron been sitting in the same damn tower. What's Adar doing out here? Resting his feet? Galadriel accepts his terms. This dude takes off the ring he just fought a war for, hands it back to her. Excuse me, I might be fucking retarded, but didn't Galadriel try to ally with Adar 2 episodes ago? This show is like narrative whiplash. Characters' goals and motivations switch one episode to the next. They just made the entire last episode pointless. Congrats. Then they carry the family man in. But it's all a ruse, baby. Adar has a mutiny on his hands. They jump on his ass like a gory hole in Tijuana. He goes out like the opening scene of the season. Oh, the irony. I bet the writers slapped each other on the back when they wrote that shit. Let me get this right. You know what? Fuck Adar. He had it coming. He was a terrible leader. Now you can add Adar's name to the long list of characters that go nowhere. Sauron comes on the scene, grabs Morgoth's crown. The orcs are already calling him Lord Sauron, even though they came on this campaign to kill him, and you know Adar was talking mad shit all the way here. Galadriel just watches all this, frozen in anticipation. It's time, baby. Galadriel comes face to face with her ex. She just can't stay away from him. Her eyes say no, but her mouth says yes.
It was your design from the beginning.
Please. You think too much of me.
No, you really do. It's easy to strategize against morons. Everyone and their grandmother knew Sauron's plan, and like I said a couple episodes ago, the plan was more tactical convenience over calculation. This isn't a case of smart characters outmaneuvering each other. Galadriel knew it was all Sauron's design and still walked right into it. Mighty stupid for someone who's immortal. I mean, you could have gotten the rings to a safe place, made him come to you, and had leverage over him because of it. But instead, Galadriel overnight delivers the 9 right into his hands. He barely has to break a sweat. I say again, everyone looks like Sun Tzu when facing Simple Jack.
I ain't got a good brain.
She finally breaks out of her stupor and attempts to strike him. I know the fans of this show were blasting in their fucking pants for this. I'm going to say right from the jump, this ain't it. I thought this would be a more psychological or cerebral battle, but it's more of a typical hand-to-hand combat. Action really isn't their strength among everything else, but this shot is a perfect example why. Just move your sword. There's nothing stopping it. Is this not a microcosm of the entire series? Galadriel then blames Sauron for ever having feelings for him. She lays all her mistakes and baggage at his feet. How noble. And then comes the funniest bit of this episode. The way he just pops up out of the blue like a damn supermodel. Sauron just continues to mess with her. He then takes on the form of true evil. You knew they were going here. I mean, this is as lazy as it gets. They have an amazing ability to make Sauron look lame. This show is allergic to cool. You already don't have the substance. You can't fail at style too. They don't have the ability to come up with a battle of wits. They want an extended fight scene. And the only way to do that is at Sauron's expense.
Heal yourself.
Well, at least that'll be the last we see of her because she's obviously dead. Just kidding. Falling off a cliff, that shit ain't gonna stop a boss, bitch. The spirit crystals in her pockets drove out the bad vibes, I guess. Sauron doesn't even attempt to get the ring or send some orcs to retrieve it. Like, Galadriel's out of commission down there, and Sauron, I guess, just says, we'll have to wait till season 3 for that. Galadriel continues to reel. Her wounds are mortifying. King Downs says that she's entering the Shadow Realm, just like Fellowship. They love stealing shit from Fellowship too. Honestly, I can't blame him. It's the best of the trilogy. Don't fight me on that. It's a perfect movie. Elrond picks up her ring and he makes the decision to use it to help Galadriel. He saw it heal in episode 4, and I'm assuming this is what passes for a character arc in this show. The crazy thing is, this is as deep as it gets. There are no real character arcs in this season. Shit just happens to people. They don't grow or change. They constantly skip over all the important development. Galadriel started the season like they were gonna make some real progress and have her grapple with her choices in season 1, but nope, you can't be wrong. We are right back where we started. They have whole plot lines for no other reason than to fill time and just set up lore for later. And that's where we come to these little bastards, the Harfoots. This is easily the worst storyline for 2 seasons straight, so congrats. And oh, it's about to get so much worse. The Dark Wizard holds Nori and Poppy, and Proto Gandalf comes to meet with him. We're all thinking it, just say it. Is this dude Sauron? Please God, no. It looks like they're going there, so apparently Sauron has always been morally gray. Because J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay can't seem to fathom that characters are supposed to change over time. Wow. I really hope they decide to go in a different direction, because this makes no sense. I mean, Gandalf looked up to Sauron, but I don't have a lot of faith because they finally reveal what everyone knew all along. Proto Gandalf is Gandalf.
Thank you kindly, Grandalf.
Goodbye, Grandalf.
They've never seen an elf before.
Honestly, I don't even know what to say to that. They continue to astonish me with their sheer ineptitude, and I have to do it. J.D. Payne, Patrick McKay, you're not good at this. Earlier, the Dark Wizard destroyed a mountain, destroying the store's shitbox. So now they're leaving, and oh, what's this? Don't play with me like that. Nori and Poppy are leaving. Please don't play with me. Please don't say. Nori and Poppy are leaving. Woo! Holy shit! This episode isn't a total loss. Unfortunately, Poppy gives us another empty, long-winded speech that amounts to bad things happen. So you have to pick up and move on. Oh, just let the wisdom wash over you. Also, Gandalf finds his staff, or stick, and goes back to Tom Bombadil to resume his training. It was all a test, baby. He was meant to do this. Who gives a shit? The Harfoots are gone. Now, if only some wild beast would attack them on the road, we will really be cooking. The episode ends with the elves regrouping in a land protected by the rings. This is, of course, where Rivendell will be, and this was a legit funny moment.
I've never known you to be such peaceable company.
Finally, we're not just laughing at the show, but with it. Galadriel recounts the line from Celebrimbor about light, not strength. strength overcoming darkness. Great note to end the season on because it's just more empty platitudes. Gil-galad draws his sword in this supposedly triumphant moment, but it just comes off as hollow as the rest of the season. They did throw in another hint for a certain crowd when Elrond gives Galadriel back her ring. It looks like a wedding ceremony. It's just more fodder for the shipping crowd. And honestly, I don't have a problem with it. It's literally all they have. It's the only thing they do well. This season had the same issues as season 1. They continue to take every shortcut to get to these big events, and by the time we get there, the narrative is just such a mess that the payoff is an afterthought. I didn't even talk about Numenor. Nothing's really changed. Pharazôn gathering up those loyal to the faithful. His son went to set up an outpost. They see that Isildur is alive. I've already said all I need to say. They've turned centuries of strife into a weekend of bickering. It's a backwards society full of dumb shits. It's so far removed from the greatness of Numenor in the books. It's just insulting. They want to be Game of Thrones so bad, and hey, I say they actually succeeded. It's just Game of Thrones season 8. The inconsistent characterization to the ridiculous decision making, rushing through the plot to reach asinine conclusions. They constantly fail to abide by their own superficial continuity. I will say it one more time because they might be a little slow. Hey dinglings, JD Payne, Patrick McKay, you are not good at this. I've said my piece. Thanks for watching.